Keep in mind, I worked with him 2 years earlier. We had started dating just as potentials, just to see where it could go. He wasn't really my type. I wasn't really attracted to him, but when he asked me out to dinner, I said, what the hell? So we went out to dinner and coffee afterwards, about 4 times, same routine. I thought I knew him pretty well. I guess I didn't see what was coming. I invited him over to my place to watch some television, and he started opening himself up to the stock I had in the minibar. Once the television show was over, I told him I had to get up early and that he had to leave. He accused me of kicking him out and said that he'd had too much to drink and begged to stay. It wasn't that much, and I was unequivocal. No, you can't stay and you have to leave. He said okay, but begged me to kiss him before he left. I felt bad. He'd not made a pass at me or intimidated me, so I said sure, why not? And I gave him a kiss. A peck. He said, come on, as if he deserved more than that after, I don't know, paying for dinner, I guess. So I look at him, and he looks at me with these puppy dog eyes, and I swallow real hard, and I give him a longer kiss. And then he wants a hug, and another kiss, and let me look into your eyes, and I've always liked you, and why can't we move this along? He continues embracing me, even when I'm saying no. He thinks I'm just being coy or shy or something. He kicks the door closed, and I'm trying to be polite while I'm telling him no, please stop. And he becomes more playful and aggressive, and I become firmer and more rigid, and he starts tickling me. And I'm telling him to stop, and he's just so big, he starts pushing me back towards the bedroom, and he becomes more determined. Starts pulling my blouse out of my skirt, and I'm telling him to stop, and he says, you know you want it. No means yeah. When he gets me onto the bed, just lifts me up off my feet and falling on top of me, I just got tired of fighting his arms, his massive hands, because he wasn't going to stop. I gave up fighting. I let him take my clothes off. And when it was over, he rolled over onto his back and sighed and said, that was the best. I had to endure being in the same house as my rapist for an entire night. I was so angry and humiliated, and I wanted to choke him while he slept because he had no idea that he was hurting me, that he'd hurt me. The next morning when I woke up, I told him that he had to leave, and he still didn't have a clue. He wanted to go out the next night, said he could pick me up from work. I screamed at him, no, you raped me. And he looks at me, clearly confused, clearly clueless, and says, what? No, I'm in love with you. Don't you love me? Is what he asked me. He said that he felt sorry that I felt that way, but that's not the way that it was. We wanted the same thing, right? That's why he was there. He didn't rush off. He wanted to be with me. I gave up fighting, which is the strategy for turning a definitive no into a lazy yes. When you give up fighting, that means yes in the minds of some men. I was no match for him physically, and I just got to this place where I knew what was going to happen, even though I knew I didn't want it to happen. Yes, I was raped. But how could I go to the police?